Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/FSFilms. Those being Jerry and Alexander, Samantha Bates, and Elle, without whom we would do nearly as much what we do now. So thank you very much for your support over the years. And as you're watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Exandria Rising. I am Sen, your game master for the evening, and I am joined by soon-to-be invasive surgery victim number 1, Shawnee.
Bold assessment. Hi, I am Shai or William, and I am playing Najka, the Orcish craftsman.
They just want to cut into you and take out all the squishy bits. And soon-to-be invasive surgery victim number 2, 3, and 4, Jack.
Hi, I am Jack, and I am playing the Good Goblins, Meanie Manny, Meanie Manny, Gatsby, and Peas. I know their names.
Piloting the Aorbiton Martin Victoria. And soon to be invasive surgery victim number 5, Holly.
Nope, because Davina has already gone through that, and she's not going through it again. I am playing Davina. She is Silky Folk Mystic.
And soon to be invasive surgery victim number 6, Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I played a character.
What?
He leaves it, it's very mysterious.
Ella
Elefairy, yeah. Well, look, the odds are good at any particular moment that a character I'm playing will die. So, why get the viewers attached to anyone?
That's fair. Craig will not be joining us with Grouper this week, but we are then joined by victim number 7, Drevian.
Drevian, I am playing, to start this session, Tenebrous, a Gerbine Witch. We'll see if that stays the same at the end.
And when last we left off, after a series of unfortunate choices, the party managed to extricate themselves from some sort of large eldritch flatworm that was occupying the bottom of the definitely magically cursed swamp that they find themselves in just outside of Stilben. And, well, not just outside, a little ways outside of Stilben. Only to get back to the shore to find that their erstwhile Gerbine comrade, Tenebrous, who had been staying on the shore waiting the whole time, had managed to attract the attention of a small number of Ravager stabby stabbers. As a reminder, the goblins that you see coming down around a bit of tree line bushes area in this sparsely forested swamp do not look like normal goblins, regardless of the fact that their icons do, because I couldn't. My subscription to Roll20 is currently in free mode rather than professional mode, which means I couldn't upload any new icons. They are. Hang on. Sorry, yes, okay. For some reason, I wasn't sure if Hellraiser was Clive Barker or not. They are Clive Barker's Hellraiser variants of goblins. These are still actual living creatures, but have had ritualistic scarring and bits of flesh cut off, bone exposed in various places, and look quite upset with the fact that you exist without having been stabbed. By them specifically immediately right now. And they look.
Some things are just upsetting.
They seem to be keen on rectifying that. As you manage to get the boat and the rest of you over to the shoreline, as we jump into initiative directly. So let's go ahead and roll some initiative. And also, let me fix that. And we'll go ahead and put on Battle Tunes. Oh yes, also the music for this stream is provided by Overclock Remix on YouTube.
Still need to get that folder of music.
Yes, I know. But right now what I need to do is initiative. Is everyone on the initiative?
Yes. Except for the Stabbists.
Oh, they're on the initiative, except for Grouper, who is being piloted by myself today. So, blame Greg.
Grouper.
All right. So, at the top of the round, we start with Najka.
Yeah. As Najka rounds the boat ashore and sees a bunch of mad-looking goblins with knives coming out of the underbrush at everyone else, she will pull her shield and Peacemaker out of her coat, pull her shield off her back and Peacemaker out of her coat, and go 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Get into a central position and just level the pistol at the encroaching one while keeping the shield up and just fire twice. Fire 1. Will be a miss and
A nat
I
1
believe jams the
which
thing.
means your gun jams. Yep. So you go to fire,
Hate.
and there's swamp water in it and muck, and you go to fire, just a click.
There's a click. Really? Fuck it. And she flips it over into her hand, grabs it by the barrel, and hurls it at the goblin instead for her second attack.
Go ahead. Boomerang the pistol.
12 misses.
Misses, unfortunately. You
It-
fling the pistol.
Whizzes
and
overhead and then returns back to her hand.
The stabby stabber just sort of ducks with this rictus grin on its face and oddly, like, sort of distorted and damaged chuckle coming out of its mouth.
Catches the pistol as it boomerangs back to her hand. Alright.
All right. Anything else on your turn?
That's my turn.
Davina.
Davina's going to. What's it on? Okay, for right now, she's going to use her crossbow. She's going to move up here.
Okay.
And
So you are
Use-
on the edge of the swamp, which means that you are in difficult terrain. Moving through the water
I
is
didn't
difficult terrain.
realize.
That's fine.
Okay. Sorry, it's been a few weeks. Okay. So then I'm just going to shift 1 forward.
Yeah, so
If I am able.
going from the boat to land is fine, but stopping in water will make you in difficult terrain. Not that it necessarily matters. It's
Oh,
only one
I
square.
didn't. It looked landish to me. Where is
There you
the?
go.
Okay, am I on the
You're on
land
land
now?
You're
right
on
now.
land now.
Okay.
The brown outline indicates where the swamp water ends.
Okay. Sorry, that had looked outlandish to me. Okay, she will aim at this guy.
All right. A 19 hits. Roll damage.
I'm sure I asked this every
Just
time. How
click
do I
the
roll
word
damage
crossbow on the dice roll.
Okay.
No, no.
Oh, no, on the dice roll.
In chat, yeah.
Sorry.
3. Crossbow. You step up on the land. Fire. Reach up, aim, fire the crossbow. The bolt hits the stab. It hits the Ravager in the shoulder, and it just just cackles in response. Anything else in your turn?
No, that's it for now.
Stabber's turn. This one. This one's gonna head right to Tenebris. Because Tenebris caught the eye first. Which just means, do you have any melee weapons on you right now, Johnny?
Yes, I'm still wielding the brass knuckle revolver.
So you will get an attack of opportunity as it just ducks past you.
$23.
23 hits.
7 damage.
7 bludgeoning damage. You hit it. You solid hit, but it just continues. Doesn't seem to react to the damage. As this thing comes up, it's got a jagged, wicked-looking short sword in one hand and an equally wicked-looking dagger in the other, and just reverse grip both. Just leaps at Tenebris into the bushes, points down. Does an 18 hit you, Tenebris?
Yep.
All right. You take 9 points of piercing damage, and then its feature of Stabby Frenzy begins. When the Stabby Stabber hits with a melee attack, it can attack again and continue making additional attacks until it misses. It cannot move between the attacks made with this trait, though. As that first blow sinks in, and it just begins rapidly stabbing down into Tenebris.
By the way, Sen,
Yes?
just in case this was not intended by you, we can see their health bars.
Yeah, that's fine. We
Okay,
can't see the
I
numbers,
just wanted
right?
to make sure.
No,
No,
we
but
can't
we
see
can see
numbers.
the
we can,
percentages.
we can't see numbers, we can see general ideas, yeah.
That's fine.
We can definitely tell when they're really close to death.
That's
No.
fine. Yep, that's the intention.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Rather than making you roll,
Don't
you
want it
just-
to be an
you
accident.
can tell. Yep. All right. Does an 11 hit you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
11
it's not.
hits you?
No, it does
No,
not.
it's Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
You were really soft, and it didn't come through, so I wasn't sure.
Well, it cut off the consonant. Your mic cut off the consonant at the beginning, so it came out. Yeah. So we
Yeah.
all thought you hit.
I'm assuming
No,
you said,
I'm the
I'm assuming you
person
said
with the-
nah, but it came out as yeah.
It
I'm the
left out
person who
"Mm."
traditionally has the 11 and 12 armor classes.
I need to figure out which group her hit point pool is his actual hit point pool, because one character is only level 1, the other character is level 4, but the one that's level 1 has more hit points than the one that's level 4.
Greg.
Because Craig has not been consistent with his character sheets.
God
Sounds
damn
like
it.
the kind of chaos I've got going on.
And I don't have access to his D&D Beyond version, so I'm just going to stick with what I've got here on the page.
That makes sense.
Blame Craig. All right. Anyways, it's Martin Victoria's turn because the second attack missed there.
All right. Martin Victoria is going to. It's only difficult terrain if we stop in it.
So it's fine getting off the boat onto land. If you stop in water, then you're in difficult terrain. Or if you start walking through water, it's difficult terrain.
Oh, well, I'm going to walk through water. So that's 5, 10, 15. And that gets me to land.
Yeah, then the rest is normal, yeah.
And then Martin Victoria is going to look at the Stabby Stabber, raise their hand, look at their hand, and then look at the Stabby Stabber. And that's my turn.
Make a Make a wisdom saving throw for peas specifically.
All right. No, I didn't roll bad.
All right. Peas's ongoing emotional situation doesn't stop you from being able to move your full movement like you did. Because, as I recall correctly, he's in the legs.
Yeah.
All right. Second Stabby Stabber's turn. This one's going to go right for Najka. But a 12, I think, misses Najka.
Oh, very much.
Same thing, though. Flying lunge at you, both blades down, and they
She
strike
just
onto the
steps
shield.
forward with the shield in front and just palms it in the face with her shield.
Next one. This one runs to flank. Natural 20 on the first hit.
Alright.
For 7 piercing damage. Stabbing Frenzy. 24 to hit.
Go ahead.
6 piercing. 16 to hit.
No.
Alright, so two comes around behind while you're concentrating on keeping the one in front of you off you. The one behind, the other one runs behind, jumps up on your back, sinks both blades just basically into the shoulders, cackling madly. Before you're able to shrug it off. Grouper. Craig, you don't have spells on your sheet.
Go!
Pretty certain he was using everything through D&D Beyond and just had the character sheet as basically a token source.
And I don't have access to the D&D Beyond character sheet.
Well, now he only has the healing spells.
Let me see what his listed wisdom is. 19. Okay, I can work with that. Fifth level druid. Has access to third level spells, and second and first.
Third level cure wounds it is.
Your wounds all the way down, baby.
The problem with a third level cure wounds is that it requires touch.
I mean, I see 2 people within 5 feet that could use some healing.
That's true. But druids do have access to healing word.
True.
So we are going to healing word Najka. Third level healing word Najka. Which is going to be 2, 4, 64. Plus,
Yes, right. I forgot that healing spells got mega buffed.
Yes. 64 plus 4.
Yes, they did.
Najka, you heal 21.
Jesus.
Kind of needed it.
So that's bonus action. What can you do as an action? Your circle the land.
Now healing spells are not inherently inferior to just not taking the damage in the first place.
Class features. Wild shape is a bonus action, so I'm not doing that. What cantrips does Craig? Do we think Craig knows?
Almost certainly Druidcraft. Like,
They-
I guarantee it. Let's see if I can
Druidcraft,
find.
Sure. I know he's got shape water.
Mhm.
Does he have shillelagh? Has he ever used shillelagh?
No. He does have detect magic. I know that is the first level spell and not a cantrip. I'm going backwards through the chat log
Fair.
to see spells that
I'm going to just
Is
make
that
a
a
judgment. I'm just going to make, because druids prepare their spells every day. I'm just going to make a judgment call as to one of the cantrips that he can have prepared. And if I'm wrong, he'll fix it later. We're going to have him use Primal Savagery. That makes sense, given the kind of druid that he is. So he's going to go. Not that way. Yeah. Right over to there. Run up behind
Now
this
I have
stabby
questions.
stabber next to the Notch guy. Yeah?
I have questions as to why Craig posted a pair of low slung pants in the chat at some point.
No clue.
I tell you, look at the
Answers are
chat
not
history is
forthcoming.
wild.
And your
I'm
fifth-
sure there was a
your-
reason in the
your
moment.
fifth
Oh,
level,
I'm positive.
your fifth level, so cantrips got evolved to 2 dice. So 2d20, keep 1 plus
Man, D&D Beyond is being real fucking slow today.
6. Your proficiency bonus at 5 is still 2, or is it bumped up to 3?
Proficiency bonus at level 5 is... Where the hell is it? +3.
Okay, so then it's a 2d20, keep 1 plus 7. A 24 will hit. 16,
Weirdly,
16
there
acid
are
damage to the stabby stabber.
there are literally no listing of spells other than the one mention, which was he just typed out of detect magic as cast by Grouper. Oh, and shape water, but we knew that one.
That's because Craig rarely casts spells as grouper.
Also that.
Mostly turns into an animal.
Yep.
All right. Well, suboptimal grouper plays coming in, incoming. Elefira.
Well, that just made my job a lot harder. Thanks, Grouper.
I mean, he did 16 damage to the stabby stabber. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now I have to take an opportunity attack if I want to get a sneak attack in.
Well, you can fight with Grouper about it later. We know
No,
you love to.
It's fine. I think I can pull this off. Because if I bonus action dash, it's not like I have anything else to I do have other things that I can bonus action, but
Five,
not
10, 15,
anything essential.
20, 25 feet of movement is all it takes to get here.
You mean to the one that's not about to murder one of the party members between two of them?
I mean, that's the one that's about to murder Tenebris.
I was about to say, like, I will probably be
Don't
fine.
talk strategy.
Fair.
Huh. I think I can pull this off. I can dash,
Absolutely.
which removes any difficult terrain.
functionally.
And I can go 25. You know what? It's fine if I dash any attack. Oh, that doesn't get. Never mind. That does not give me an opportunity attack. Cool. So I am going dashing up here.
How does that not
Actually,
give
is
you
there
an attack opportunity?
Why would it?
Either
I was
either
there.
this-
I'm going there.
So this stabby stabber,
You
have to pass through his square. Either this
that's
stabby stabber
kind of
or
his
this stabby stabber.
square. Oh, that's true.
Either one of these two stabby stabbers will
Okay.
get it.
Okay.
Just flat though. So
I will pass closer to the one that's tag teaming Nazca, because then that takes a reaction away. Should be at disadvantage though,
all right.
because I'm dashing, or I'm sorry, I because I am what's the new feat term? 'Cause
Speedy.
It's not
I believe
mobile.
speedy is the feat. Yeah.
Speedy.
The
Opportunity
first
attacks have disadvantage against.
the first roll was an 11 anyways. So
Okay.
Don't sell yourself short. You're also dashing.
And then I'm a stab.
currently you're outstanding in a field or a swamp. Was that Ventage?
Next. You know what? No.
That was
I
not,
have inspiration.
oh, I
why
see.
not?
12? Yeah,
Yeah, it was a 9 and a 12
which both
because
give
it
us-
was a 2 and a 5. Fuck it. I'm using my inspiration that I have.
Reroll it.
That's better.
That's much better.
Yeah, 25 is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Would you like
Okay.
to use one of your fancy sneak attack abilities that you, I believe, now have at level 5? as a
Yes,
rogue?
I am going to. Well, I'm going to. They're not sneak attack abilities. I don't. Oh, that's right. I can trip.
And you can trade some of your sneak attack dice for special effects.
Is that how it works now? That's cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
you get some. I can either trip or poison, I believe.
They made rogues and barbarians
Or
way more
withdraw.
interesting by giving them
Yes.
things they can do with their extra damage.
I don't think narratively Ella has any poison on her, so I don't think that makes sense. I know it's a cool ability, but
Yeah,
like
you have-
poison doesn't just appear.
You have to have a poisoner's
But I
kit in
will-
your inventory for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I do not have.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, I don't mind. Well, Cornine isn't going to do that much anyways.
Already,
'Cause
you're already flanking.
They're
them.
already in between you. There's already advantage.
Yeah, you
Like,
can just do full damage if there's no
Yeah,
special
fuck
thing you
it.
want to use.
In its own way, full damage is special.
18 damage.
Ow.
And we will make that. Well, it's the armature, so it's what I defaulted to, which is called.
Yep. There's a lot of damage to it.
Yep,
All right.
that's my turn.
Well, the last stabby stabber to go has been presented a target.
Cool.
As we get the flank chain.
Oh, hi.
24 to hit
Yes.
for 6 piercing damage. Stabby
Okay.
frenzy. 22 to hit for 5 piercing damage.
Yep. Okay.
24 to hit
Okay.
for 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
Holy fuck.
9.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing about stabby stabbers, they don't do a lot of damage on individual hits, but they can just keep going.
Yeah. That's why getting flanked by stabby stabbers is one of the worst things to have to happen to you. All right, so that was a total of
I am at, yeah, I took damage.
17 damage.
Yeah, that's not the worst at this level.
You did more
but-
damage to the first one, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Just from behind, you hear that maddened cackle, and then three sharp stabs, and make an Arcana check, Elefera, since you've been stabbed the most so far,
Yay!
and because you're in a better position visually.
That
19.
is a 19.
So you notice that there is some sort of like ritual altar site over here that is dense with this miasma of poisoned ether. The sort of thing that builds up when you murder people over and over again and don't send their souls on.
Where is it?
Right over there.
The weird thing.
Oh, that thing.
For the audience is
Okay. And we do have a PDF for Craig's
Cool.
spells now.
And as one of these blades stabs into you, it feels weird going in and out, and you realize these are ritual implements that they are using. They are attempting
Don't get stabbed.
They are attempting to ritualistically sacrifice you all. Aggressively and violently.
Most ritual sacrifices
I mean-
are aggressive and violent, even if the person is chained down.
More
Yeah, I don't know
importantly,
a lot
don't
of-
get killed.
What was that, Jack?
No promises.
I don't know a lot of ritual sacrifices that tend to be peaceful and gentle.
I had a few, but
But
Not many.
don't quote me on that. I wouldn't say I'm the expert.
Most of the time, though, it's not mid-fight. It's more you've been chained to an altar and there's prayer going on. Anyways,
I wouldn't say that makes it more
Okay.
peaceful.
but less violent. Anyways, Tenebrous.
one thing that is vaguely less helpful with Craig's PDF is it doesn't show us which ones are which spells are currently memorized, so it just has all the spells, the druid spell, the first, the second, and third level.
Oh, fortunately, it does show which ones are circle spells, the ones that are always prepared.
Yeah. And we know the cantrip. The cantrips are druidcraft, guidance, resistance.
The ones that are
starry
prepared,
wisdom,
the ones that are
shape
prepared
plot.
have P on them instead of a circle.
No, those are the ones that
Where?
are always prepared from being a circle spell.
Oh, no, because Starry Wisp is not always prepared.
No, but
Starry
Starry
Wisp is a
Wisp is
cantrip, not a circle spell. P means prepared.
And why? But all those cantrips are prepared. So that doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I mean, well, no, he
Cantrips are
doesn't.
always
You don't have druids don't have that many cantrips at level 5, do they?
Yeah, think so. Well, maybe not. Maybe. Also, why does he only have what? Why does he then only have Moonbeam prepared out of second level spells?
That's fair. I
Sometimes
will
that's
ask
all you
him for
need.
clarification on how the fuck to read this. Yeah, no. At level 5, he has 3 cantrips, and there's more than 3 cantrips there. So, although he's also a magician, so.
3 cantrips plus Circle of the Moon for Starry Wisp, plus the Primal Order for Shape Water.
How many of those spells are actually prepared?
Cantrip.
We're getting there. Anyways, it's Tenebrous' turn.
Yeah, every spell that is listed with a P is one of the ones that is on the Circle of the Moon spell list. So
Correct.
the ones that are P'd are just the circle spells.
Okay.
It just
That are always-
naturally marked them as such.
Tenebrous.
Tenebrous is going to try to whip the stabby stabber in front of him.
Their hair back and forth. Their hair back and forth.
A 13 will miss.
That's Tenebrous' turn.
Is there anything you'd like to do on an action or a bonus action, given that I know that hexes tend to be actions or bonus actions?
I don't think so. No. Not this turn, at least.
Najka.
All right. He's gonna pocket Peacemaker and pull out the Forge Maul. Now that I've got a flanking position and I am in melee with everything. Thankfully, I no longer ever use the one-handed version of the Forge Maul because I have the Brutal Grip feat. And then we're going after the one that's been mostly injured. Adantage. 24 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
For 7 damage.
This one between you and Elefira, right?
That was in me and Elefira. Second swing. Natural 20.
There we go.
23 damage.
It's dead. How would you like to? So, given in the vein, and since I know you've been playing it, in the vein of Dragon Age Veilguard, how would you like to take down the Stabby Stabber?
You know the you know what? Actually, no. It's in particular with the Veilguard reference. The mage has this one where they sort of like lift the opponent up and then slam them back down. That with a hammer, because it's just
they hit them with their magic, raise them, then throw their sword into them and slam them down onto the sword.
Yeah, but in this case, it's just sort of like uppercut with the hammer, knocks it into the air, reach out with the hand that has the shield strapped to it, and just hand on back of head, slam face first into the ground.
So yeah, just juggle the Stabby Stabber up, grab, bury it,
and then bonus action, spending a charge off of the Forge Hammer to make a third attack against the one that I'm flanking with.
All right.
26 to hit.
26 hits.
14 damage.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Davina.
Alright, I would like to try, with my psychic connection, doing Phantom Betrayal.
Okay.
Hang in there. There we go.
That sounds like a heal turn spell if I've ever heard one.
Oh yeah.
You spend 5 psi points. It's concentration for a minute. As an action, you plant delusional paranoia in a creature's mind. Choose one creature you can see within 60 feet of you. You must succeed on an intelligence saving throw, or until your concentration ends. It must attack its allies with attacks and other damaging effects. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on itself on a success. A creature is immune to this ability if it is immune to being charmed. Which one are you trying to affect?
Which creature?
Yeah, which Stabby Stabber?
The one closest to me.
So you
Trying to
reach
place
out,
them there.
so spend your psi points. You reach out and latch onto the mind of this individual, and as soon as you do, there is just a roaring, chaotic burst of screaming that reverberates back and severs the connection. They are immune to being charmed.
You just tried to mind meld with
Fine.
a Cenobite.
Yeah.
I remember this. I read about the Stabby Stabbers because they're the Ravagers are one of my favorite things in Taldore. And also, I played a game as a Stabby Stabber.
Yeah, we did have the Savage.
Nice.
I remember that.
Skullfire is a hell of a drug.
It did not go well, if I recall.
No, we all died.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
of us died. Yeah.
It was a one shot though.
Pretty horribly.
It was great. Anything else in your turn?
That's it for now.
Make a religion check real quick.
Okay. Nine. Not rolling great.
9? Cool. Yeah, no, you're not sure what that was, but something is screaming in its head and loud enough to push you out.
Yep. That's not good.
Stabby stabbing time. Oh, look, Tenebris is still here. An 8 might miss Tenebris, though.
It does miss.
All right, and that's his turn. Yeah, they don't get they don't get more than one attack if they don't hit. All
See,
right.
that's why I wasn't concerned.
Martin Victoria.
Keys would like to adjust the inputs the good goblins are receiving so that there is no video input of what is happening outside. Oh, just data information about what is nearby.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that pretty easily.
That's it.
All right. All right. Ravager Stabby's turn. The one that's flanking Najka is going to continue trying to stab Najka in the back. Oh, no, not flanking Najka.
No one's
anymore.
flanking me at this point.
All right. He's going to turn around and try to stab Grouper. It's more. It's going to pick on something its own size. But with a nat 1, we'll miss Grouper entirely. All right. Grouper
We support this.
Grouper. Let's look at that PDF real quick. Okay. So does have Starry Wisp, which would have been good to know previously. But not Primal Savagery.
Craig is currently typing.
Yep.
Might be able to give you an actual spell.
Well, right now what we're going to do anyways is I'm going to continue to assume that healing word is an option. And we're in a healing word targeting Elefira this time. Second, third level spell slot. Elefira, you get 18 hit points back.
Oh, good. Those will come in handy.
And then as an action, we will do a disadvantage blast at the Ravager. A 10 will miss. Elefira.
All right. Well, this motherfucker up here who just stabbed me multiple times. I don't like that. And since I'm not moving, I am going to use my bonus action for steady aim to give myself advantage on my next attack roll.
Makes sense.
And I'm gonna stab this motherfucker.
Please do. 22 will hit.
All right. For 25 cold damage.
Nice. Still up. That's a hell of a hit.
And that's my turn. Because I cannot run away now.
Yep. All right. Well, it's his turn, and he's going to retaliate in kind. Although not as effectively.
I dare him to be as effective. I really don't.
An 8 misses.
I'm not trying to poke the goblin.
You deftly parry.
You are trying to poke the goblin. You're trying to poke it with something sharp.
Okay, yeah, I'm not trying to poke the metaphorical goblin. I'm trying to poke the actual goblin.
Tenebris.
Paravis will try a whip again. Actually, because I think it'd be funny, I'm gonna try to make this knife run away.
We have spells.
All right. But
Oh
use-
boy!
I'm gonna use Hex Scurry on his knife.
Sorry, use a hex what?
Scurry.
Right.
As long as it's not.
And not being held
Oh,
in
wait,
the
no.
hand.
Yeah.
You can't target
never mind, I
creatures.
can't do
Yeah,
that.
you can't target creature's helmet or sword, but you can target a drawstring pouch it's wearing or dagger that she's on his side.
Apparently, apparently, Grouper was like, who needs combat spells?
So I will use the whip again.
Let me tell you, if we need to skywrite,
15 to hit.
To be fair, they already have a damaging spell prepared in the form of Moonbeam.
that's true.
And they spend most of their time transformed into a bestial state. to do
Right.
this.
No, I'm not criticizing. I think it's hilarious.
What was the 15 for?
Whip.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
For 4.
Anything else in your turn?
I cackle back at him.
With no effect because you don't have any axes up.
Nope.
Just for the
I'm just-
hell of it, you know?
Power
I'm
move.
just in a
Sometimes
cackling
you
match
just
with
gotta
a.
cackle.
I'm just going to be in a cackling match with a lunatic goblin.
Najka. Really, the fact that it's a goblin is incidental. Just a lunatic.
Yeah.
You're in a cackling match with a lunatic, specifically. Let's take a swing.
The stabby stabbers can be any form of humanoid. These ones are just goblins.
15.
15 hits.
14 damage.
Once again, how would you like to take down this goblin?
While the goblin has its back turned to her and is trying to stab Grouper, Najka sort of turns around, raises the hammer, and just fucking nails him into the ground. Like head first.
Damn.
And then is going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Do it again.
Grouper has one wild shape left.
26 to hit
That'll hit.
for 10 damage.
Oh, fuck off.
Still up.
There's a whole person over there that has a lot more damage to them that I'm not going to be able to kill.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be easier for you to kill this one. Davina.
Okay, well, I'm not getting inside this thing's head again, or attempting to. Just pull out the crossbow
You
again.
probably do damage, you just can't charm them. If you wanted to mind whip or something.
Let's see what I've got. Try this. What? No, that's gonna take a bunch. Never mind. I'm just gonna do crossbow right now.
Alright.
$13.
13 misses. Alright, Stabby Stabber's turn. I really wish my headphones would stop beeping like that. I get it. You're low on juice, but you'll be okay. You're at 20%. You're fine. Yep. Try to stab. Gonna keep trying to stab Tenebris because he's not been discouraged from doing that yet.
In fact, he's being laughed at for it.
What's your AC, Tenebris?
15.
Nope, misses. Alright. Martin Victoria.
I cede my turn.
Grouper. Sorry, my Grouper. Grouper is going to down 1 second level spell slot, which means that he's got 2 left. Gonna go ahead and run over here. And going to use a second level Cure Wounds on Davina. 2d8, 48.
Actually, have I heard of Ravagers and or Mind Fire and what it does to people?
You can make a history check.
History or potentially religion?
Yeah, religion.
I think I made a successful
It's the
check
same
last
modifier
session.
for me, so 21.
So what you know, hang on, let me pull it up real quick. Because remember, the lore is different in this version of Exandria.
Yeah.
So you know that Ravagers are followers of the Ruiner, which is one of the Betrayer gods. You know that they receive blessings from the Ruiner that artificially increase their strength and endurance and power, generally speaking. And you know that all of those enhancements tend to also drive them insane to some degree or another. And theoretically, being blessed by the Ravager means that the Ravager is basically pushing you on to yet further and further greater frenzies. And given the situation and what they're doing, you imagine that they've probably been sacrificing people to the Ravager in the area.
Yeah.
I think you made a successful. Was it a knowledge check or just a perception check to recognize what they were, Jack?
It was It gave me information about them.
So probably a knowledge.
So I assume it was a knowledge check. It didn't give me a ton of information about them.
Yeah, I think
I believe you told me that they were goblins that had undergone
self-mutilation.
Essentially both physical and religious scarring.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Did I roll the heal? I have not yet. Okay. So 2d8, 48 plus 4. All right. Davina, you heal 26 as Grouper comes over and uses his action
thank
to
you.
use a second level cure wounds on you. And that'll be it for now. Elefera.
Yeah, I'm. Yep, stabbing this dude. $17 damage.
I think that 26 actually just puts you right back to full, Holly.
Yeah, it does.
17. How
Yeah.
would you like to take out this goblin?
I think at the moment, having its attention having been diverted to Najka, it just comes through his back, straight out of his chest.
Yep. Just plant
Um,
blade.
and don't think. Hold on. Yep. No, I will then just. Come down here at least to present a different potential target.
Not stand in flanking since it is Tenebrous' turn next.
I mean, I could, but I put myself where I was.
Fair.
So
I'm just double checking.
yeah, no, legit.
All right, Tenebrous.
I was putting it there. I wasn't thinking of turn orders. I was thinking of multiple other people can come around to it.
Fair, absolutely.
Tenebris tries to whip. 14.
A 14 misses. All right. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Najka.
Nashka. Making full use of her arsenal. Will sort of seeing the situation, seeing where everything is, drop the hammer and shield, and reach onto her back and pull out the grudge settler and step forward and strike down with the halberd.
What a great name.
I believe it has reach. Let me double check. But I give it reach.
I mean, if it's a halberd, it has reach.
I believe it's technically a great axe
Oh,
in
okay.
shotgun axe as a shotgun axe. But let me check. It does not technically have reach. Cool. It is super heavy. Alright, bad minute. Swing one. Admin target.
You don't have advantage. You're not flanking.
I'm sorry, I was intending to get to flanking position.
Okay, there you go. In that case, yes, you do have advantage. And you crit. Roll damage.
23 damage.
23 points of damage. Alright.
And second attack.
It's super heavy. Doesn't that make it only have one attack?
Super heavy increases the strength requirements. You're thinking
Massive.
of
Massive is-
massive.
Massive is one. Is sacrificing attacks.
21.
Oh, it's
11.
animate your takedown.
Oh yeah, so as Nashka sort of steps forward, pulling this like great axe that is also a shotgun out. She sort of strikes down, driving the thing into the dirt as it just gets caught on the edge of the axe, and then just sweeps the axe out to the side and sends the body flying off of the blade.
And into the swamp, where it hits the water and sinks. And we are out of initiative.
No, don't we need to bless the bodies? Otherwise, they just create miasma.
That's
And there
where
also is miasma already up here. So both, yes.
Like Tenebris just watches his body go off into the swamp, and it's like, don't we still need that?
Yeah, you do.
I'll retrieve it. No, she just wades through, grabs the body, drags it back. We'll need to send off all this ether anyway, she says as she walks back to where her hammer and shield are, picks those back up, puts the axe back on her back, picks up the shield, latches that back on her shoulder, picks up the hammer.
While you are wading through swamp water, which is going to take you a second.
Yeah.
You're all on high alert, paying attention for any further ravagers. What's going on inside Martin Victoria right now?
It's quiet right now. Pease has retreated down out of his command seat. They've each got one seat stacked on top of each other that they use, one of them has to be in each of them to effectively pilot it in battle. Pease has climbed down out of his into a leg. And Gesby has climbed up out of hers into Meanie Manny's. Where she is, they're just holding each other and not looking at anything.
So I think the last time you described Martin Victoria moving, it was holding up an arm, getting ready to shoot, and then not.
Yeah.
So is Martin Victoria still in that like ready to shoot pose, but hasn't moved?
After that, piloting stopped.
Yeah. So it's
The video stream was turned off.
what I
Compartment was locked.
What I mean is
And
the
nobody's
arm
piloting.
is the arm still up and like locked in place?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Martin Victoria on the other side of the small like sort of body of water that the boat is currently in, is sort of locked in a firing position but not moving. As the rest of you come down from the fight.
Sort of looks over, sees Martin Victoria still in position as she's picking up her equipment. You all right? Throws call across the field. No
There's
response.
Not a response.
Nashka stops, looks around, puts the connection together because as far as she had been dealing with these opponents, they were lunatics coming at them. She didn't even consider that they were goblins. And then looks over at the armor. Starts to walk over to it.
While you're doing that, everyone else that has eyes on the situation, give me roll a religion check, please.
Nope.
And also one from Nashka. Also a religion check from Nashka.
Yep.
So,
Nope, not as good as the last one.
Davina.
Mhm.
The weapons that they were using were sacrificial implements.
Yep.
Things still died. Which sort of clicks in your brain as you watch as that miasma-like ether begins to spill out of the corpses of the stabbers. Specifically surrounding Nashka.
Nashka?
She had started to walk towards Martin
Uh-huh.
Victoria. I don't know if she's still there when that starts happening.
So as you start walking through it, make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, good. My worst save. That tracks.
Any abilities or anything you'd like to fire off before we continue on?
She does not have anything that affects her saving throws.
With a 1. You step through this cloud of miasma as it pops up, and there's just chaotic screaming engulfs your mind and your thoughts become erratic and uncontrolled as the sound of the Ruiner screaming in your brain kicks in. And you are surrounded by enemies. Who are you attacking first?
Cool.
This is so bad. We're gonna die.
Hit Tenebrous with the axe and send him flying.
It's okay. I'm closest.
I was about to say, Elefira is the closest one.
All right. So Najka steps through this cloud of miasma, blinks for a moment, and those of you that are there can see the eyes black over.
You can't see shit because she's wearing her helmet.
Oh, right. Your icon doesn't have the helmet on, so I forget.
Yeah, no, we don't get warning.
And Najka just steps over and swings with the grudge settler, please.
Well, she had put it on her back to pick her hammer back up. I don't know if that's
Feels
know,
like it
I know.
just got taken off the back.
With the grudge settler, please.
13 misses. I'm pretty
Does a 13 hit you, Elefira?
No, a 13 does not.
So yeah,
My armor class is 15.
you react fast enough to get out of the way of this massive axe as Najka just begins the
Insight?
fight again. Yeah, make an insight check.
Yep, that's not Najka.
With a 19, yeah, no, Najka stepped into that miasma and immediately began hostile action.
All right.
So this is not Najka, yeah. Or at least Najka's not in control. What are you doing with that knowledge?
I am stabbing back because we have a druid. We can heal her when she's bleeding out. Otherwise she's going to murder us all.
Make that roll.
Yep.
Yeah, I realize that
bonus
I've
action to
taken
steady
up the
myself.
traditional barbarian position of the worst person to get mind controlled.
Bonus action, steady myself for advantage. 25 to hit
Good. Yes, that hits.
for 16 damage.
16
Cold damage. Not Najka. Not Najka.
Make a Christmas save again. Now you've taken damage.
17.
With a 17, that frosty shock of energy as the armature stabs through you breaks whatever hold was on you, and your mind clears.
Yes, yeah, as you're saying, not she's going, fuck! Drop the axe, leans off to one side.
I don't know that doesn't make. I don't know that
that's fair.
Najka can't speak.
That's fair.
I have not changed my statements yet.
Better safe than sorry.
Tenebrous and Davina, what are you doing?
Well, Davina was going to go check on Tenbris, but
You said you dropped the axe?
Yeah, she drops the axe as she is shocked out of it.
Hex scurry.
Nice.
Your axe gets up and runs away from you.
Yeah, the gun axe, the grudge settler sprouts two legs from the grip, from like the housing, the grip and trigger area, rocks itself back so that the butt is dragging on the ground and begins waddling away.
Right to Tenebrous, and Tenebrous like heaves it up, and it's like, not Najka doesn't get this back yet.
All right, Davina.
What's your strength?
My
hold on, I have
strength.
to find it.
Can't not strong enough to
8.
not strong enough to wield it, but can like brace it, especially because it has legs.
Yeah, just the weapon has super heavy, which means it requires a strength score of 16 to wield.
Tenebrous is like just heaving it on his shoulder, just because this thing's probably almost as big as he is.
It's bigger than you are, I'm pretty certain.
Roughly equivalent weight.
Shawnee, what's your intelligence? Or do you have a good intelligence?
Intelligence is my best save.
Cool. So okay. I'm trying to see if I can do like a psychic hold or something on you, but I feel like it might not work.
I mean,
Yes.
What ability you
Hold
want
not
to
working is a
person,
good
so then I
thing.
can attack again.
Yet again, using hold person on party members. So yeah, what ability were you
Person
trying to
is not
think
for
about using?
enemies.
It's not technically a hold per. I'm trying to isolate this. Okay.
Yeah, what's the name of the ability so I can look at it?
Hold on. Yeah, I have to go up to it. Hold on. I'm looking at a different one right now. Give me a second. Okay, this was the one I was trying to find. Here. Psychic domination.
Do you have 7 side points left to spend?
I do.
Okay.
That would be most of them, but I do.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that.
And she doesn't want to hurt Nashka.
Make an intelligence
She's
saving
just
throw,
trying
Nashka.
to prevent her.
Spend your 7 side points. Intelligence saving throw from Nashka. 22. I will say that with that, even though 22 is a successful save, you do still connect the mind, and you do not get a sense of that same screaming that you got from Stabby Stabbers.
Okay.
You do get service level Najka in pain and slightly confused thoughts.
Very confused about why the fuck I am being stabbed.
Yep. Grouper is going to just hold back and wait. Actually, Grouper's going to use another second level spell slot to cast Cure Wounds on Tenebrous. Tenebrous gets 17 hit points back. All right. Yeah, Najka is you're no longer being possessed currently. There is more miasma beginning to generate from that 4th stabby stabber right next to you, though. What you doing?
She just like reaches up with one hand and pulls the helmet off and just goes, "Could you fucking not?" And uh uh grabs the hammer, which is her usual implement for purifying miasma, and like sweeps it over the
Make
area.
an Arcana check before you do that.
13.
You notice that the energy that is produced that is pouring out is coalescing. This is not passive. This is active. It's doing something, and brainwashing you wasn't the intention. You feel like you should get away.
She was gonna see if she could dispel it the way that she normally sends energy off.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that's gonna be able to happen because it's not passive. At least not right now.
Okay. So in that particular case, she sort of takes the helmet off. Could you fucking not? Looks over. Back the fuck up! And she tries to like step away from the area.
No. Najka's yelled back the fuck up. The good goblins on Martin
Sure,
Victoria.
just stop trying to kill me.
I'm not!
You're hearing all of this.
You were. I have witnesses.
So Najka's backing away. What are you doing, Alfira?
I think we're having that exchange that just happened.
Uh-huh.
I am holding action to attack if Najka attacks me, but I'm not attacking currently.
Okay. Are you moving at all or just staying where you're at?
I'm staying where I'm at. Wait, where am I?
In the middle of that swamp puddle.
Yeah, no, I'm moving. If it will let me move. Well, There I am. I'm just gonna move down 5 feet.
All right. Martin, Victoria, what are y'all doing?
Peace has climbed back up out of the leg and is looking at the data stream, but is not processing it yet.
Okay. Penrith.
Tenoriz is going to move away from Noshka.
All right. Gun walks with you.
Yep.
Do you cackle to keep up the hex, or do you let it drop?
I'll let the hex drop and just like actually carry.
Because it drops at the end of your turn, so it'll walk with you, and then the legs will back into it.
Yeah.
All right. Grouper is going to. How many slots left? Fifth. He's used all second level and all third level. It's going to use Cure Wounds on himself. Getting himself for 12. All right. Davina.
She isn't still attacking, is she?
No, but
She's actively facing away from everyone now and is looking at the miasma.
Yeah, the miasma seems to be coalescing.
Uh-huh.
Like, she has her back to basically all of you at this point. Because she's looking at the bad shit.
Mm-hmm. Davina's gonna wait, see what happens.
At the top of the round, functionally. Here, 1 second.
She will use her action
Yeah,
in this
plan.
moment as things are coalescing,
Uh-huh.
because she didn't use it on her turn, to clear the jam on
Fair.
her Peacemaker.
The miasma flows from the group of stabbers that were killed, that were gathered together, and from the one that was further down, coalescing into this sort of condensed ball of energy. And as it fuses together, it forms into a shape. This inky blackness of just dark and evil energy coalesces into a gnome-like figure. I say gnome-like because it's definitely not a gnome. It is this sort of bloody. It looks almost like a. I mean, it is literally like a demonic version of a gnome, complete with spiked horns, massive, far too large and far too sharp teeth, elongated claws. It's like kind of like if you took a gnome and a vampire and mashed them together. Covered in bloody wounds and scars, and just looking utterly feral as it coalesces into this form of a creature. Anyone who wants to give me a religion check.
I'm good at knowledge. I'm just rolling like shit.
5.
None of you have any idea what this thing is, other than the fact that it was created by that dark ether, and we are going back into initiative. Turn initiative and
I didn't mean to
roll
do that.
initiative again. Um, Jack, give me a religion check for the good goblins as well. With a 10, you don't know what you have no idea exactly what's going on, but what you're seeing on the screen right now, it's basically there's sort of like an area alert coming from Martin Victoria that is basically indicating saying servant of the ruiner has manifested, like over and over again, sort of like kind of like the way your phone would give you like an Amber Alert. Your suit is giving you one of those, but specifically just servant of the ruiner has manifested.
Hmm.
All right, and group 2. Need a initiative roll from Elefira still.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. And at the top of the round, it's gonna be Notch's turn when we get back from our break. Remember, those of you that are watching live, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. And we're back. A dinosaur story. So Najka, this thing has just coalesced from the miasma that made you attack your allies.
Yep. She pulls her shield up, pulls the now fixed pistol up. Tenebris, I could really use my axe back about now, she says as she levels the pistol at the thing and starts firing.
Are you going to not use it on us this time?
Use your fucking head for a second as she fires.
That's not a yes
Critical hit.
or a no.
Hits.
9 damage.
The bullet ricochets off of the emaciated, taut flesh of this creature. It doesn't seem to have taken the full amount of damage.
Resistance, yeah, it tracks. Try again. 16.
15 hits.
11 damage.
5 damage.
Did better on the non-critical hit.
That's how it works, isn't it?
Yep.
Its turn. Oh, target has presented itself, so. A similarly unhinged cackle from what the stabby stabbers were doing emits from this creature, but it sounds like it's sort of a combination, like all 4 of the previous stabby stabbers cackles are overlaid on top of each other. As it rushes preternaturally quickly towards Najka, leaps. It has no weapons in its hand, just these jagged, pointed claws that it just reach and begins attempting to tear Najka bit from bit with its bare hands. It has advantage.
Not a fan of any of that.
Disadvantage because of the ritual. 16 23.
16 misses, 23 hits.
All right. You take 7 slashing damage and 11 poison damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Do I have... No, I'm resistant to fire, not poison. You said 7 slashing and 11 poison?
Yep. And a con save.
6. Fucking hell.
All right. On a failure, you can't take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of your turns to determine your behavior for the next minute. Like the
Oh,
confusion
good.
spell.
Confusion poison. Wonderful.
You may repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect on a success. And if you succeed, you are immune to the effect for 24 hours.
I would like to stop rolling fucking 1s.
I mean, we'd all like that, but
It turns and looks as Najka sort of staggers far away from the blow. It turns and looks like it's scanning the rest of you for its next target. Martin, Victoria.
I don't think Martin Victoria is ready to do anything yet.
Fair. All right, that makes it Davina's turn.
Well, I don't really have a lot of points I can spend on stuff right now. I guess I'll just poke it with a crossbow for now.
All right. $23 hits. Roll damage.
That's great.
5 damage
5.
reduced to 2. It doesn't even
Yeah.
the crossbow bolt doesn't even penetrate. It hits and then just immediately just falls. All of its momentum taken away. Anything else your turn?
No, that's it for now.
Elefira.
okay. Give me just half a second
Yep.
here. Boop, boop, boop. All right. I am going to. I'm looking at the armature really quick. all of them are potentially bad, but we're gonna go as it gets pulled out. Oh, in fairness, it already got pulled out. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with what I'm at currently, and we'll see if this is bad. Gonna go up here to the other side of it, and I'm going to attack. I keep forgetting that I've got. Oh well, that's fine. Roll advantage.
25 hits.
25. Okay. So that will be 26 cold damage.
Reduced to 13. Yeah.
Okay.
Reduced to. Actually. Hang on. Yeah, reduced to 13.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
cold,
that's right. Yeah.
the cold blade, as you stab into it with the armature, the frosty blade just. It definitely digs a bit deeper than the other attacks have been digging, mostly due to the amount of damage. But it definitely skims across its flesh, not seeming to affect it as much as it should.
Okay. Decided to spend an action next turn to switch that out. That's my turn.
Tenebris.
Tenebris will return the weapon to Nashka, and we'll try to whip it.
23 hits. 4 reduced to 2. The whip strikes, and it almost hurts your arm, the reverberation of the force of it bouncing off of the demon. This is not a creature that normal conventional weapons are doing much damage to. Alright, Grouper. Action Cure Wounds on Nashka. For 11 hit points back to Nashka. That'll be all he does for his turn. Nashka, roll d10.
Yep. Let's see if I'm able to do anything. No.
A 2.
Wait, I think two on confusion is like, yeah, it does nothing.
The target doesn't move or take actions. So you just sort of stand there, still stunned, as this poison courses through your veins. Go ahead and make a saving throw. Make the Constitution saving throw again.
Con save. 21.
With 21, as your turn ends, as you're rocked back and forth by this poison coursing through your veins, you manage to push through the majority of the confusion, and your mind clears.
She's like shakes her head. Oh, that's nasty. Ah.
That's okay. He's gonna hit you next round.
It's turn.
Immediately after.
It's both. It leaps towards Tenebris and attempts to tear Tenebris apart this time. 2 attacks with an advantage because of its current status. A 12 and a 21 to hit Tenebris.
21 hits, 12 does not.
All right. 6 slashing damage, 10 poison. I need a con save from Tenebris.
Con save.
21. You shrug off the effects of the poison. You still take the damage, but you are not confused, and you are immune to that effect for 24 hours. As it just seems
I
to be,
laugh at it.
it seems to be picking each of you and picking which one of you it thinks will be the next easiest one to affect with its abilities. As it doesn't, as none of you seem to be doing much damage to it initially right now. It launches itself claws into Tenebris.
I cackle in its face.
Mm-hmm. You do still take the 16 damage though total.
Yep.
All right, Martin Victoria.
Nothing yet.
What's going on inside, Martin Victoria? What's the scene of the good goblins inside as they are still struggling with getting into the fight?
Pease is watching what's happening.
Yeah. Still in text form, or are
Oh.
you swapped back to video?
Text form. He's seeing who's getting attacked, and he seems to be thinking about the situation.
Make me
But
another religion
whatever
check.
he's trying to think about hasn't resolved yet.
Make me another religion check. Four?
Ah,
No, yeah.
Fantastic.
No. You have any inspiration or anything you'd like to use?
No, I don't have any inspiration.
All right. Didn't you all get an inspiration at the end of the last session?
Yep, I used mine.
Did we?
Yeah,
I don't remember
everyone
us
got
all
it.
getting
If I did, I didn't mark it down.
Everyone got
Same.
one, as I recall.
We did
Everyone
all,
got one.
yes.
Was it last session?
Yeah.
I believe so.
All right, then I'll use it. To great effect.
7, still not enough. All right. Davina.
Currently seeing if there's things I can do. So technically I have 5 side points left. So I'm seeing what I can do with that.
Well, your psionic talents don't take side points, so things like your mind whip you can do.
You mean mind thrust?
Or mind thrust, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I'm just trying to see if there's I wanted to try to just get inside its head and look around, but I'm not sure if I can do that.
With what?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, yes. Oh, actually, no, this. As I click the wrong thing. There you go.
Assess foe. Sure. Yeah, you can do that as bonus action. You analyze it. It currently has 58 hit points. It is resistant to cold, fire, lightning, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. It's
So that's just damage in general, not from non-magical weapons.
it is immune to poison damage. And it is immune to the frightened and poisoned conditions as well.
Was fire in that damage resistance list?
Cold, fire,
Yeah, you
lightning,
heard.
bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Yeah.
Okay. Standard
Acid
demon
was
resistance.
not.
Acid
So
was
not.
the armature could do
Yep.
acid.
And Davina will pass this information on to everyone else.
Yep, and no particular vulnerabilities. Right, so that's your bonus action and 2 side points.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing for your action?
I'd like to do mind thrust.
All right, so it's an intelligence save on its part.
Yes.
Roll to 5.
Okay. And
You're at 5th level, so that should be 2d10 psychic damage.
yep. Sorry, changing my side points. Twelve.
And it takes all of it.
Good.
As you've just taking a cue out of the previous time you tried to touch one of the Ravager's minds, you just unload all this pent up aggression and irritation through your mind as an assault on its being, and it is affected. Elefera.
All right. I am going to. Yeah, I'm going to take my action. Sword stops glow, or the rapier stops glowing bluish and starts glowing a caustic green, and that's do, 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 do.
Does steady stance last until your next turn, or just for the turn?
No, current turn, but I can, because why not? Insightful fighting, so I can insight check it.
Go ahead.
Wait. You succeed, you can use your sneak attack against that target, even if you don't have disadvantage on the roll. But if not, you have. Nope, never mind. I'm not doing that. That's too much of a
risk.
risk reward. Yeah, no, I just switch it and I say where I am currently.
All right.
More targets.
Tenebris.
Tenebris takes a big breath and Eldritch Blast.
You are in melee, which means it'll be disadvantage unless you've got Morecaster or something, or whatever the new feat is.
I think it's on Spell Sniper now.
Yep. So roll again, take the lower. A 15 will still hit. Roll damage should be 2d. Sorry, you fire twice, so you can also shoot a second time at disadvantage. 5 force damage. A 10 misses. What does it look like when you fire off your Eldritch Blasts?
He takes a big breath, mutters something in Aquan, and like holds up a hand, and it kind of like bubbles out. It's like a kind of like a geyser.
You use Bubble Beam.
Yep.
We got a Krabby over here using Bubble Beam. So you hold your hands out, and this torrent of bubbling water just erupts from your palm and smashes into one burst smashes into the demon, the other goes wide. This is the first time that y'all have seen Tenebris actively cast magic directly rather than passively affect the environment around him with magic. Though he has done that before. Grouper's turn. Last two more first level spell slots. So one more Cure Wounds on Najka. And 12 more hit points back to Najka.
Good.
Najka.
Najka will put the pistol away and grab the Forge Maul. Just because she can make 3 attacks with it rather than 2, so force of numbers. We are flanking, so assuming it rolls the attack game. Okay, well, it did it there. A 19 and a 15.
Both of those hit. Roll damage.
9 and 6.
So
And then
4 and 3.
bonus action, spend another one of my charges for a third attack. So we got 1 charge left. Natural 20
Yeah.
for 13 damage.
6. Its turn. It's going to try to eat Elefira.
Cool.
A 12 misses you, but a 22 hits.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this time it's with a bite attack.
Sorry, what was the second one?
22.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so that's going to be 11 piercing damage and 13 poison damage. I need you to make a con save as it heals itself for 11. It only heals the piercing damage, unfortunately. As it bites, it snaps at you twice with this overly large gnomish mouth. Misses the first one, but gets part of your leg on the second one and tears a chunk of flesh and leather out of it.
Ha.
With a 3, you are confused. You
Yep.
cannot take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of your turns. As you feel your mind begin to fog. Martin Victoria. You watched it. The information at least is telling you that it just literally ripped a chunk out of Elvira's leg and ate it. That didn't come through, whatever you just said.
I'm just thinking about what options I have. We'll throw a healing word out. Or Elefira.
So that's 11 points of healing to Elefira.
Okay.
As Martin Victoria activates and throws out some healing.
Barely.
Anything else on your turn?
No.
Davina.
Davina's going to mind thrust it again.
Six. Roll your damage. Its intelligence save is +0.
Seven.
7 points of damage. Takes all 7. Anything else on your turn?
No, she's gonna get a little closer. Just right there. And that's it.
Elefira, roll me a d10.
Yep. Four.
Target doesn't move or take actions.
Dope.
Go ahead and make another Constitution save for me at the end of your turn.
14.
That's what you needed. You shake it off. You are
Okay.
You are no longer confused, and you are immune to the effect of the poison for 24 hours.
Motherfucker!
Yeah, that doesn't feel good, does it?
Tenebris.
Tenebris is going to step away from it.
All right, it will attack you. It will take that opportunity attack. 16 to hit.
That hits.
8 slashing, 11 poison. You've already saved against poison, so you don't have to save again. But you still take the damage.
Step away, and now I'll Eldritch Blast it.
There we go. 2 flat attacks. 16 hits, 19 hits. 2 solid
12
connections. All right. Grouper. Both Elefira and Tenebris are at the same level of hit points. But can get to Elafira, who is still in melee with it. And uses last cure wounds. 13 healing to Elafira. Nashka.
Keep fucking wailing on this thing.
Alright.
Because I don't have any weapons that can deal damage to it normally. That can deal full damage.
That reminds me, still on Tenebrous' shoulder is the big gun.
Yeah, I haven't taken it back because I was confused when you walked it over to me.
Yeah.
Advantage. 20
Alright.
for 11.
5,
5 for
Yep.
7.
3,
Use my last charge for the day for a third attack. 24 for 6.
another 3. Its turn. What's anything else on your turn?
Nope, that is it.
Does it get its healing bite back? It does. It's going to bite Nashka. Or try to. A 22 and a 17.
22 hits, 17 does not.
Alright. That's going to be 13 piercing damage and 9 poison damage, and it heals 13. As it now, adds a little bit of a variety to its dinner by getting some orc takeout. Martin Victoria.
Have more spell slots. We'll just healing word for a bit. You know.
Sure. Who are you healing wording?
I'll do Tenebrous. Tenebrous is close.
All right.
Cool.
So that's 18 back to Tenebrous. Anything else?
Nope.
Davina.
Lord, mind thrust.
All right.
It deals full damage.
Nat 1 on its save.
Awesome.
Roll your 2d10. 17.
17.
Nice. Very nice. Not looking good. Anything else your turn?
What's that?
Anything else your turn?
No, I said that's it.
Sorry, I heard what's that? Elafira.
Sorry.
All right. I'm trying to fuck this thing up. 18,
18 hits. Roll damage. And this is all acid.
16 acid damage.
How would you like to kill it?
So Ella, I think, takes just a moment to look over at Grouper, annoyed for having run up at this thing that is doing severe damage to everybody, being the healer, not being aware that Grouper is out of healing spells at this point. And that irritation powers into just like, you know, it's a rapier.
Mhm.
And rapiers are not normally things that you decapitate things with.
Not Italian rapier.
But if you
sure, but other than that,
if you swing something this small made out of hard metal hard enough, it will go through the skin and bone to take a head off.
and also
Especially
the
when it's
blade.
made of acid, right?
Yeah, the blade isn't made of metal. it's
Especially
made
with
of
acid.
So yeah, you just flick to one side and swipe, and the acid just burns through the neck of this creature, and the head, still chewing, that bit of orc and ganassi that's in its mouth just topples to one side into the swamp and begins to burn away to ash. As we are out of initiative.
It's worth noting that the bit of Najka's blood that is seeping out of the wound does not look like normal blood. It glows bright orange.
I'm currently looking at the water to see if killing a thing that came out of the miasma just it's like funneling shit into itself.
Do you look at the water while still standing next to it?
Uh-huh.
Cool. As the body collapses into ash inside this little like sort of interior puddle of swamp water, the swamp water begins to darken.
Everybody back. Which is hand on Gruber's shoulder, forcibly shoving backwards as I'm backing up.
Najka
Vina-
is
Oh my god, again?
Najka is limping and like using the hammer as a walking stick, but she is making her way over to that fucking ritual site.
Davina is grabbing Tenebris by the hand and pulling.
That's swamp.
That swamp. Well, pulling somewhere else.
This way is not swamp.
Which way? I see you not.
This way.
Oh,
This
there
way.
you. Sorry, my character sheet was on that. All right, dragging Tenebris with me.
It doesn't seem to be erupting. It seems to just be coalescing inside the swamp puddle. As you head over towards that ritual site, you just see piles of bodies stacked high, a few dozen. All of them
So-
having been stabbed repeatedly to death, all of them leaking this miasmic ether. And you also see off to one side several crates.
Yep, that tracks. I think we've found our couriers.
More than just couriers.
Yeah. As Najka like limps forward and then drops to a knee, still holding her side, but puts the hammer in front of her and starts uttering her prayer to try and send all of this.
Can I give you a religion check?
The miasma in the puddle doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Not currently.
Tenebris is going to step to the edge of
Is
the
it
puddle
is the DC
and try
10
praying for
to
it.
send?
The DC is variable. Typically, it's 10, but in this case, it's
I will
higher.
use inspiration.
What are you doing?
Tenebris is
Tenebris?
going to try to pray and dissipate this miasma.
Give me a religion check.
21. There we go.
With a 15 and a 21, both of you, two separate methods, attempting to sort of cleanse this leftover malice and hatred and rage. It feels different as you interface with it, far different than any normal sending that you do. It's malignant, this ether, more than just stagnant. It is actively malicious. Having been warped through the methodology of the kills that left this ether behind, and you push a little bit harder into your rituals that you use to send on the dead, knowing that you're gonna have to do it again for the stabbers that are behind you before they start generating ether naturally. And as you wade through, both of you feel it feels like you're wading through a pool of ichor and oil. You feel it slick to your skin. But when you finish, the dark miasmic ether begins to shift back to its normal greenish blue, colorful hues, and slowly dissipate.
As Najka does her traditional thing, because her burial rite involves sending the corpse to ash as well. So the forge hammer sort of sweeps over and ignites the bodies.
Uh, are you being careful not to also ignite the crates that are next to them?
Yes,
Um,
she's not trying to lose the contents that we came here to get.
But yeah, it just as you're that it feels as if you have been tainted spiritually somehow by interfacing with this malicious ether. But you are able to cleanse both areas. Who's handling the stabby stabbers?
Najka will do it again if need be.
Um,
What stabby stabbers?
The goblins.
These stabby
The
stabbers.
goblins? Okay.
The ones that we killed.
Jack,
They also need.
give me a
Yeah.
charisma saving throw from the good goblins.
So Tenebris is standing beside one, so after
With a 12?
dissipating the pond, will turn and
With a 12?
That's
I'm going
low.
that's above a 10.
I have a +7.
That's fair. I'm going to say that Gesby feels the impulse that she should send on the stabby stabbers. Whether or not she acts on that is up to you, but she definitely feels that sort of gut
The-
reaction.
Yeah. She is proximity is she far enough away that she couldn't just do it?
Yeah, you'd have to
where
get up.
she
You'd have to get
is.
up next to them.
How like next to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Najka started limping to the pile of dead goblins and is moving them into a group so they can be sent together.
Yeah, Martin Victoria will start slowly walking over while flute music comes from inside the Oh, that's not very good. I rolled a fucking 2.
Tenebris has already started. I believe Tenebris, you had already started on at least the one next to you.
yeah, Tenebris just kind of turned because he was standing beside one.
So if you'd like, you could
just
also
started.
you could you basically you function. You could provide the help action to the good goblins if you wanted.
Yeah, I will provide the help action.
Okay, I rolled a 3 this time.
With a 13, because a 13 would not be high enough for anyone else, but because you're a goblin, it is. Because of spiritual reasons. The stabby stabbers are piled on top of each other. You also feel that there's something wrong with their ether. They look like goblins. They almost don't feel like goblins. They feel like something long dead whose body just didn't realize it had been long dead as the ether washes through and over you. And you feel this oily slickness coating yourself spiritually. But you finish playing, and that malignant ether shifts back to its greenish blue color and dissipates.
Something about the song that she's playing feels deeply personal.
As Najka realizes that the situation is finally being resolved now that everything has been sent and all the sources of miasma are gone, she just collapses to her knees and is leaning on her hammer for support because she had 5 hit points left.
Yeah, and gushing magma from one thigh.
Yeah.
It bit clean through your armor.
Yeah. As she just like puts a hand down and heat rushes from her leg as she starts to from her hand as she starts to basically use her welding torch to solder her own leg shut.
Grouper's gonna smack your hands away as you try to do that, explaining that will hurt you significantly more than letting it heal. And we'll do a medicine check. Not a good one, but he's starting to bandage it. Yeah, it's not just a wound. It's not just like an open like wound. There's a chunk of your leg missing. Muscle is visible here.
Mhm.
Same thing with Elefira, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from bandaging your wounds and gathering the supplies and talking about what just happened, the danger seems to have passed for the moment.
Well, that was. That's all I got. That was.
I think this is the first time anyone's actually seen Najka bleed to see that her blood glows just as hot as her veins do.
Noticed.
Yeah, Gruber's preoccupying himself with bandaging you and Elefira.
Are you two okay?
I mean,
Fucking
a
hurt
little.
like hell. I don't
Yes,
really
it
think
hurt.
okay is a word that applies here.
It hurt. We're fine now. I'm fine now.
We appear
Get a
to
good
be
night's
out of-
rest, you'll be just fine. Somehow.
We appear to be out of magical healing at the moment, so
Yep.
I'm doing what I can.
8 hours rest. Somehow you'll be perfectly fine. And we don't question it.
Martin and Victoria will go start heaving crates into skiff.
All right. The amount of crates, all branded as were described, are here. Mostly intact. They're a little bit banged up, but definitely not the source of nails that you had found earlier from whatever the Eldritch Flatworm was. Those were just other nails that had collected in the swamp.
While that's happening, Najka just sort of like, from her kneeling position, waves over to Tenebris. I'll take my axe back now, if you don't mind.
Just no more using it on us.
Najka gives you this look that says, I am too tired to deal with your shit.
One swing
I
from
mean-
you is gonna launch me into the swamp like you did the goblin.
It's a valid point.
Why would I suddenly start attacking you? Why would I ever do that? And, assuming that whatever was causing me to do it was still happening, why would I stop?
Oh, I don't mean now. I just mean, like, in perpetuity.
I mean, sometimes you can break through that shit.
Yeah, I did, when you fucking stabbed me.
Cool. Stab you next time too.
I'd rather you didn't.
Well, if you're attacking me, I'm stabbing you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you'd rather I didn't, but I like my head here. That was where you aimed, by the way, was my head.
Sorry about that.
It's fine. I get it. But no, it happened. We're good now. Anyway. So now what?
Once all
Now we
the crates
Bring the
are
crates
on the
back
boat,
and get paid.
Martin
Oh,
Victoria
that's
has
right.
just
There's a whole crate situation.
sat upon them.
Jeremy had legitimately forgotten why we were out here.
Are I'm forgetting everyone's names. Are the good goblins inside Martin Victoria right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Davina will just walk over, not talking, and just sit next to Martin Victoria.
Najka will, after everything is moved, walk over, take a seated position because she is not standing for this with her leg injured like this, and is going to start from a seated position, using her arms to pile the skiff back towards town. Once everything's loaded up and everyone's back on board.
So the good goblins load up the crates and then sit on the crates or on the skiff.
I mean, I figured the crates take up a good amount of the skiff because, like, it barely had room for all of us, so somebody's gonna have to sit on the crates.
Yeah, probably. All right. Good goblin, Martin Victoria on the crates. Davina next to Martin Victoria. The rest of you pile on in various states of disrepair. I'm gonna just for shits and giggles. It's not one of the skills that he gets a bonus to, but let's just see what Gruber rolls on his religion check. 13. Which I think is the highest check that anyone has done to try to identify what the fuck that was. Yep. So imagine Craig doing Grouper's voice because I'm not doing it. As Grouper, having made sure everyone wasn't going to die on the way back, explains that he's pretty certain that was a spree demon, which is an entity that is created. An entity that is created, as the name might imply, from a killing spree. You kill enough people in a short enough amount of time, do a proper ritual, and that malignant energy coalesces into an incarnation of a killing spree.
Great, I'll add that one to the list.
He's pretty certain it wasn't complete because it didn't use all that malignant ether that was at the ritual site. It only used what came out of the Stabbers. But if they had completed that ritual, it would have been a much bigger threat. And yeah, they are servants of the same god that the Ravagers worship.
Rumsh the Ruiner.
Yep. So it's going to take you a few hours to get back to town with your cargo. Any conversations on the skiff as you're slowly making your way back?
At a certain point, when the skiff is mostly trailing and she doesn't have to put all of her focus into piling, she will just Najka will just sort of reach up over her shoulder, and as Peace has done to her every time that Peace has greeted her, just knock on Martin Victoria's knee armor.
Martin Victoria will look at it, which is the most they've acknowledged anything since sending the Stabbers.
Any
No
follow? Well, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say I wasn't sure if that was silence because delay or
It was mostly an affirmation, and if they don't feel like initiating a conversation, Najka's not going to make them.
I would have to imagine there's a conversation between Gooper and Tenebris, because it seems like something Craig would like.
Probably. We'll put a pin in that for Craig for next time.
yep.
Considering Tenebris actively used magic for the first time in front of people.
Yeah.
All right,
Davina
so-
will, she's not talking right now, but she will reestablish mental link.
Cool. All right, so let me get back. What's next?
I think we're still killing time. If there's any other light work in the foreseeable future until we get to our meeting date, that'll be appreciated. But otherwise, I'm good to rest for a couple of days. Maybe spend some of that money we're about to make.
Remind me, leg chomp one. Was this light work?
No, not as it turned out.
That. Thank you for making my point.
How much are we getting paid for this?
More than we initially settled on.
It was 500 a head.
Yeah.
We're at 500 gold?
Yeah.
So 500
It-
gold per.
Maybe
Sure.
about what we settled on, to be honest. Like that was
Nice.
that's honestly
It's a
about
high price.
that's pretty accurate for what we
They expected there to be trouble. They just didn't know what kind of trouble.
yeah,
To be
no,
fair,
that's
we didn't sign on thinking this was going to be light work.
Oh, did any of you, by the way, loot the bodies before you left?
Yes, Najka
Nope.
would have taken the time to grab. When she was burning the corpses, she would have taken anything that was vital off. Identifiers.
So, off of the
useful
courier.
equipment. Yeah, off of the courier. She didn't take anything out to Stabby Stabbers. Unless anyone else did.
Oh,
The
yeah,
couriers
yeah,
and,
no,
the couriers
the
and the other
couriers,
bodies
yes.
there, because there are more than just couriers.
Yeah, she would have taken anything anything that would identify who they were and anything particularly useful or valuable. She wasn't going to take their clothes or anything that wasn't immediately relevant.
I mean, Ella would not be opposed, but those clothes have been sitting in swamp water for
Things of
at
note.
least
anybody-
days.
Did anybody loot the stabby stabbers?
Nope.
Not unless Martin Victoria felt that it was relevant, because Najka was like, these people can be sent on as they feel. It seems more important to Martin Victoria.
Items of relevance. You found amongst the sacrifices. You found a bag of holding.
Good to have.
And you found a bag of holding and 2 wands.
Yeah, with the bag of holding sort of looped over her shoulder, she will at some point over the course of the trip back pull the wands out of the bag of holding and just hold them up. Anyone know what these do?
Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna grab one. I'm pointing it at a tree. So we float along the river, and I'm activating it.
Just see which one you grabbed. Roll me a 1d2.
Yep,
Flip me a
yep,
coin.
yep.
Assuming these can be used by non-spellcasters.
I mean, most ones can.
It depends, yeah.
Some,
but
some can, some can't.
2.
You point, nothing happens.
Flip it around, hand it over, take the other one, point at the tree.
You spend a charge.
Yep,
Nothing seems
it
to
was
happen.
the last charge.
Nothing seems to happen.
For shits and giggles, Just in case I recognize anything
With a 10,
on the wands that is noteworthy.
The one that the one that is currently being held is a wand of magic detection. Jeremy is detecting. Illiferia is detecting magic in a place where there's no magic to be detected. It's nothing happening.
As you do.
The other one, the one that didn't work, you're not sure, but it looks damaged.
I will
Actually-
arcana that one because I'm.
The detect
Proficient.
magic, doesn't that go off on Tenebrous?
I'm not
Because he
sharing
has
I was
that
pointing.
information.
I wasn't pointing it at you.
Detect magic is a
Okay.
cone, and
Oh, okay.
it was just a point in that direction where nothing was.
The good goblins aren't talking
like
to
that.
anybody. They're just noticing things.
Yeah,
With a 12
not much better.
on the other one, it's damaged. You're not certain. It definitely requires a spellcaster to use, and it looks like
Okay.
it would still be able to be used, but it would you want to be careful about using it. It seems like
We're gonna
whatever-
want to get that fixed if possible.
whatever magic in it is fairly strong, but volatile.
Let's get him properly identified before we start waving wands around in case, that was a wand of fireball and we set off a gas explosion. in the
It's not a
swamp.
wand of fireball.
Fair.
It
but
was a
if
wand
had
of
been-
fireball. The fireball would have shot out.
Yeah, and if it had been, you might have set off a gas explosion in the middle of a swamp.
That's why I pointed at a tree far away. Is anybody gonna notice anything if a portion of this cesspool of a swamp catches on fire for a bit?
I'm sure somebody would.
We will probably be saving a life in the future. How long were we out here? So far?
Most
It
of
was
the day.
most of the morning.
Yeah, most of the
Okay.
day. At this point,
So
most
not
of the day.
not long.
It's definitely in the mid-afternoon now.
Yeah.
You just earn the ire of every plains cow from here to Iman by setting part of this forest on fire. Or burning the swamp on
That
fire.
is a tomorrow problem.
Let's get paid and take some time to heal up before we see if there's any other work that might be worth doing.
Do we really need to do that much more work? Assuming we get paid the amount that we need to get paid here.
How much time do we have
we're
left to kill?
Fine.
Another week, I think.
Unless you wanted to sit for a week.
not going through another 7 of these.
I didn't say another 7 of them. I was just saying potentially other work.
Or,
if
sorry,
you
no,
feel
no.
like it.
It was a week, 2 week, month.
Yeah.
So you've still got like 3 weeks, I think.
No.
Yeah, unless you want to just sit here for 3 weeks.
I mean, downtime activities.
I
are
have
fun.
500 gold and I know when happy hour is.
And it'll give me an opportunity to make some money on the downtime.
Like, I do think we need, in all seriousness, I do think we need to at least not go full investigation, but keep an eye out about the tension between the two criminal organizations that are at each other's throats.
Yeah, I'd consider that work unless you wanted to avoid that.
Yes, it's work, but it's slow work. We're not going to solve that in a day, and we're not going to be hopefully getting in fights every day because of it. That's slow, careful work.
I didn't say
If we
what
do the
kind of
wrong
work.
thing.
In fact, I kind of implied light work previously.
Yeah, you did imply light work. We just had that conversation.
Yeah, we didn't go into this job thinking it would be light work.
But the other thing isn't light work either.
No. That's potentially very dangerous.
We have to be really careful with that, especially because we could be doing as much damage if we were stuck in that for more than 3 weeks, and then suddenly we have to pull out.
Speaking of, if we're going to be doing this kind of stuff, you all should be properly outfitted. Since we're going to be waiting for several weeks and we're going to have hundreds of gold in a pile, everyone bring me any armor and weapons that aren't magical or otherwise outside of ability to be modified, and I'll get you some good gear.
I'm fine.
I could use better gear.
Just gotta make sure that you make it so that it doesn't require that to be exotic. So you get back to town, you get paid there, unless you really want to attempt to bargain with this person. They're willing to pay you the 500 gold per head that they agreed on.
500 gold is fair.
So you each get 500 gold. The hood goblins count as one head because they're in Martin Victoria, so you do not get 1,500 gold.
Yeah. We are attempting to pass as one head.
Yes. Over a short or long rest, you can identify. So the two wands, one of them is a wand of wand of magic detection. The other is a failed experiment wand. It requires attunement by a spellcaster. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one or more of its charges to cast either a green flamed fireball or a blue lightning bolt at random from it. Say DC 15. For one charge, you can cast the third level version of a spell. You can increase the spell slot level by 1 for each additional charge you expend. It has 2 charges. It has 2 charges per day. Hang on. Yeah, it only has 2 charges. If you expend the last charge, you roll d20. On a 1, it crumbles into ash.
Gain charges?
Presumably it could be fixed to gain charges, but at the moment it has a limit of 2. It is damaged and can be repaired. Although you're not sure how.
I would need someone who works with magic items. If there's a Gilmore's in town, but I don't think there is.
So, holding, wand of magic detection. Failed experiment wand. Those are 3 things that you grabbed, and then. There's your loot. All right. And as you turn in the cargo that you were tasked with retrieving and slink back to wherever you need to slink to lick your wounds and heal, that's where we're going to end for the week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.